All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's up? What's up? BBAI. Guys are straight on it with the calls. Straight on it. BBAI, absolutely terrible. Terrible chart. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Look. Terrible. Bearish as hell. Sellers in complete control. Broke below support. Now it's going to keep coming down all the way to here. Very, 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 very bearish. I would avoid this at all costs. Cord. Apparently up 14%. Not much volume. Just identify the trend. Bearish trend. Your resistance is around here. Around this level. What is this? 115. So it's bearish at the moment. It's up 14%, but needed to get at least above 115 for any kind of entries. Rev B, big gap up on the daily. It's nothing on pre-mark. So this is just broken below 4-hour demand zone, which is not good. So yeah, this does not look too good at the moment. It doesn't even have any price action after pre-market either. So at the moment, there is nothing on this for me personally. If it maybe reclaims 265, then maybe you can look for entries. But the fact that it's broken below this demand zone is not a good sign. It went all the way down to 228. But yeah, I mean, as long if it gets about 265, then maybe CXAI. So CXAI is down 2% yesterday, down 2% again today. Identify the trend. I think everybody can see that it's bearish, right? So therefore you don't want to be taking this trade setup because there's a higher probability it's going to keep going down, right? If you are a trader and you want to make money, you want to make it very easy for yourself. Therefore, you want to take the highest probability setup and making the highest probability chance of making money, right? So if you're going to try and enter now, there's a high probability you're going to lose money. If it breaks the trend line from a bearish to a bullish movement, then you can expect there's a high probability that it's going to push up. Where is the next resistance level? Right over here. So if this broke above here, then you have room to make a quick 6%. That is quick and easy how you can do it. Very easy. Literally just shorten trading for you right there. OTRK, I've already done this one. So OTRK is very bullish because it respects its 5-minute demand zone very well. All you need to do now is identify the trend. The current trend on the 5-minute is bearish. Therefore, you don't want to be taking this entry now. Where do you want to take entries? When the trend line breaks. Why? Because there's a higher probability if the trend goes from bearish to bullish, there is a higher probability it will push up. Therefore, you should not be trying to enter now. If you are, there's a lot higher risk, right? Of course, it can break above, but it can also come straight down. You want to wait for confirmation. Verb, nothing really on this. 0.48 is kind of where I would wait. You could say this is a trend line here though. Down 18% yesterday, which is not good. On that. CMAND. No worries, bro. I'm just trying to make it quick and easy for you to understand what I see. So don't need to go over too much. I think it's just whatever you see is very clear, right? Here's an example with CMAND. You can identify what? The trend is bearish. Therefore, you don't want to be taking any trades in the setup. Why? Because there's a higher probability it's going to keep going down. You want to trade stocks that are bullish. Meaning, if this breaks above this one, whatever this trend line is, 165, there is a higher probability that it's going to continue and push to the upside, right? You want to make trading as easy and simple as you can, and trying to enter now is a lot higher risk, right? So you can wait for this level here to break like 160 level on CMND. So at the moment, you can even use a 5-minute chart and identify, okay, look, it looks like it's trying to reverse, but we don't have confirmation because it has not the trend has not reversed. But we can identify maybe this is a falling wedge. So this is what you have on the 5-minute. So that is what you have as support. If you want to try and enter this trade, simply you would enter here and you'd have your stop loss below, because if it goes down below this level, there is a higher probability it's going to continue going down. If this breaks above, there is a higher probability it's going to go up. Where would I enter? I always enter inside of this wedge because this is a bullish chart pattern. So I expect this to break out, but obviously it can come a lot lower, but you do expect this to break out. No worries. No worries, no worries, no worries. Pixie. So I've already done Pixie and I've predicted what I think is going to happen. So this is a very easy chart. When people learn how to trade, this is what they know, right? A stock goes up and a stock goes down and a stock goes up and a stock goes down. This is an area of resistance, meaning every time it gets to here, right, it rejects. However, you can see that it's clearly broken resistance, okay? Usually what happens is when a stock when there is a previous resistance, okay, it's going to become support. It's not going to pull back exactly on the dot. It might go a little bit higher. It might go a little bit below like it's done. And it's doing exactly what I predicted, right? It's gone up, it's going down, it's retested this level, and now it looks like it's pushing to the upside, right? Previous resistance here has now become support. Therefore, it is probably going to push up. And there you can see it's doing what I predicted. Everyone loves GNS. I think the whole of Twitter is in GNS. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't like this stock at all, but it's 40% today. So all you have to do is now this is broken above, okay? There you can see what's happened, right? Exactly what I've just done with Pixie. It's broken above resistance, it's retested it, and now it's pushing up. Where is it likely to push up, right? There is a higher probability it's going to push up here than down here because we are currently in a bullish trend, right? We are in an uptrend. So this is your next resistance level right here, 0.68. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. AGRE. So AGRE is very simple to identify what's going on. So we can go to the 4-hour, which I like to use because it gives me, the gray is just pre-market and after hours, and then black is just intraday. But if I use daily, I cannot see those levels. So that is why I use the 4-hour chart. So when I use the 4-hour, all I do is I just identify what is the overall trend. Right, I think it's very clear for you to see, although it was up 11% yesterday, the trend is bearish. Remember what I said? If you're trying to take a trade in a bearish trend, you are probably going to keep having to average down, and that's not what you want to do. Now you can identify where is an area of support. We have support around here, right? So every time it gets this level, this has become support. And then your resistance is around here, right? Because every time it gets here, it's rejecting. So if you're trying to look for an entry, is what I'm assuming you're asking, is simply just wait for a break above this level here. If it breaks above resistance and the downtrend, there is a high probability, right, that it's going to push up to this next level here. But if you're going to try and enter here, right, it can obviously go up here, but it can also come and break below the support. So that is what you have for AGRE. The moment it's bearish, I wouldn't be touching this at all. You can simply just put an alert here, 0.1815. And then if it gets that level, maybe you can look for entries then. What do you recommend for studies like you? There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. It just really depends. If you want to trade like myself, if you want to become a day trader, then you will need to basically understand how day trading works. What is day trading? What's the difference between day trading, right? And understanding what time frames you need to use. And basically, if you're going to become a day trader, you need to know and understand technicals. Technicals are using support, resistance, like these lines, trend lines, and then obviously understanding some candlestick patterns. You don't need to know everything, right? But there is a lot to learn, but the best thing to do is, and the easiest thing to do is, when you're learning trading, the first thing you should learn is learn how to do support and resistance. So you can go onto Google or YouTube. We've also got videos on our YouTube video, so watch through our videos as well. But there are also a lot of people on YouTube that go over support and resistance. So there's not really much difference in how you can chart support and resistance. It's pretty consistent throughout all kinds of traders, whether you're day trade, long term, whatever. But in terms of just learning and how to trade, is the first thing is to do is understand how to do technicals, because that is what ultimately you need to learn if you're doing day trading. And then in my opinion, risk management is probably the most important thing apart from doing this. So managing a risk, everyone knows how to trade. There's a million strategies out there, but if you don't know how to manage your risk, it's going to affect your strategy. Is that what you recommend to use for our chart when mapping these levels out? If a stock doesn't have much volume, yeah. So like ZCAR, I can see here, right? 5 minute, it's clean. I can see what's actually going on this chart, right? So because I can see what's going on in the 5 minute, right? I don't need to use a larger time frame, but if I'm looking for key levels like these levels I have here, I just go to the larger time frame and identify, okay, here's a resistance, here's a resistance, and here's a resistance. So these are my 4 hour levels. So it's more higher probability that if it breaks above 262, right, we've seen it come up to here and reject, right? We've seen it twice. And then obviously if it comes up here, we've come up here and rejected as well as here. So I just use 4 hour for larger time frame setups. And just identify the overall trend. But if I'm taking day trades and looking for actual entries, I use the 5 minute chart, 5 minute or 1 minute, but I stick to 5 minute. Oh yeah, you can join the Discord. It's up to you guys if you want to join the Discord. It's completely up to you. The Discord we have the live seminars and everything is there. So in terms of how we trade, it's basically very simple. I teach exactly what I do, same as Hassi. We show you every single thing. Like I said, I can tell everyone my strategy. It's very easy to trade my strategy. It's not difficult. The thing that is very difficult and why traders don't do very well, right, is because they cannot control their emotions. So if they lose one trade, they will try and listen and say, okay, I will do the whatever risk management. And then when they lose the first trade, they're going to get angry because they think they need to be 100% right all the time. So what they're going to do is when they lose their first trade, they're going to go in with their full account on the second trade and then lose and then keep losing, and their emotions are going to blow their account up, right? Trading is a process, right? It's a process. That's why you can make a lot of good money on it, but you can also lose a lot. And if you can control your emotions, then you will become a good trader. It's a process. It's a process. It won't happen overnight. You might win at the start and then keep losing, but if you can be consistent, that is what is the most important thing. Do I recommend buying Pixie pre-market? It is completely up to you what you decide. I don't like entering trades now, but if I was to enter this trade, yes, I would enter it if you wanted to, but you have a much larger stop loss, which is what I don't like. So if you entered here, you'd have to have a stop loss below here because that is the major area of support. You either want to enter around here or wait for intraday and see if it gives you better setup. But if you're trying to enter now, you have a 20% stop loss. That is not good risk management in my opinion. But there is a high probability it will continue up, but it can also wick all the way down like it's done here, right? This 5 minute candle here has been a 17% move. It can do that and it's probably very likely at open, but the way that it's looking, it should continue up. So it's very difficult to know what's going to happen. How do you do trading every day without being impacted by day trading pattern? I have an account over $25,000, but regardless if you have an account under $25,000 or above $25,000 or under, it's very, very simple on how you can trade and do unlimited day trades. All you need to do is simply switch from a margin account to a cash account. You can do that on Webull, IBKR, Robinhood, all brokers. You just need to use a cash account. then you simply just have, if you have $1,000 account, you just have to split your account into 50%, meaning if your account is $1,000, you use $500 for the day. You can do as many trades as you want with that $500. You can take one trade with $500. You can take 10 trades with $500. It's completely up to you how you decide, but that is how you can do unlimited day trades when you are under 25K. It's using a cash account as opposed to a margin account. You can do it on Webull. I highly recommend using Webull if you're in the US. UK, you don't have PDT, so you can use I think T1212, you can do unlimited trades. It doesn't matter, which is actually really good. But if you have under 25K, just switch to a cash account. I like to that if I have more money. Right, let's see what's moving. What else is going on? So SERO's is getting rocked. So I'm going to remove this. I'm not really interested in it at the moment. I'm just going to put this down here. So I have a really large stop loss. A large watch list. This doesn't mean, right, just for those who are new, okay, a watch list doesn't mean these stocks are all going to go up and you should buy them before pre-market. These are just the highest probability setups that I like. And when market opens, I'll wait 20, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, however long it takes for me to get my setup. And then I will possibly enter one of these trades. But with that being said, during market open, out of all of these trades, maybe only 5 of these will hold. And then that is where we will focus on the setups. Yes. ENVB is right here. So I called this one like last week. Yeah, last week. So it was in a falling wedge, which I expected it. It held $1. Unfortunately, I didn't get in, which was annoying. But yeah, right now it looks like if this breaks above, there's a high probability it's going to push up. Probably it's around 185, then $2. If trading options is completely different. Options, your money settles the next day. So if you use your full account, it settles the next day. But moving forward on March 28th this month, so in 9 days, there will only be a day plus 1 day for settled funds instead of plus 2 days. So that's good for people who have smaller accounts, meaning you can basically day trade every day. I will send you this. Oh, I don't have a screen. I don't know I can't remember what website it was on. Let me try find it. Here, read this. Read that. Yeah, May 28th. Oh, it's May. Oh, my bad. Yeah, May 28th. Sorry, May 28th. Thanks, Raphael, bro. Sorry. SERO. So SERO, look. Although it is in well, this isn't even a falling. I personally wouldn't use this as a falling wedge. I would just use this 1 hour like this. So all I'm going to do is identify what's going on within this, right? Identify area support, which is right here. So $2. Right, that's a psychological level, which is a good sign. Where is your resistance? Okay, this is obviously support here. So now this will become resistance. So 230 around this level, or 239 is where you could look for safer entries. But trying to enter within this range right now is not a good idea because you don't really know what's happening, right? So you have to wait. Have to wait for this to break above 239. There's a high probability it will continue up because this is an area of resistance at the moment. XTAI, I don't think it was looking good. XTAI, are you sure? I think it was called something else. It was X something else. How do I spell it? Yeah, XTAI, I don't have it. I don't know. It was something else. I can't remember what it was called. I removed it off my watch list. So there goes OTRK. There's the trend line break. What a move on that. Very bullish play on this. It's up 165%. So look, just think about this logically, right? You don't have to think about technicals. You don't have to think about anything else other than what is actually going on with this stock. Compare this stock to all of the other pre-market movers that I have right here, right? We can clearly see that this is probably the strongest and most bullish setup right now. What does that mean? It means that there is the highest probability that this will continue and run it open. That does not mean go and buy it now. It does not mean full port it now. I'm just letting you know that you should probably watch this plate open because it's the highest probability that it will run, right? We can see it's respected demand zone, right? We've obviously broken this previous pre-market high here. We've broken a downtrend, right? We're still continuing up and we're up 163%. So OTRK is currently the top mover this morning. I don't really care about it because I don't trade sub $1 plays, but that is what I have. So this one here as well, 124 break. There's no real resistance here, so this is a clean break. This should go if it does break above. If this breaks above 124, this will run. Hoth, what's happening with Hoth? So Hoth, there is nothing really going on. I know it's up 25%. I'll just keep it here. STI. So this was yesterday's runner, up 56%. This is on my watch list for today. We are respecting this demand zone. We have broken above this. I'm going to wait for 285. If it can break 285, then I will be interested to look for possible entries if it gives me a setup. So that's what I have for STI at the moment. So we have to wait and see. STI, right. Yeah, so this could be a 2-day runner because it is still respecting its level and it's pushing up. So I really like this chart a lot. LICY, I do like this chart. It's up 44% yesterday, continuation for today. It's up 21%. I'm going to wait for it to break above 143. If it breaks above 143, there is a higher probability it's going to continue to the upside. So that is what I'm waiting for. I don't care what's happening here. I don't care if it goes below. I only care if it breaks above. If it breaks above here, it should push to 152 at least. 152 at least. ZCAR, this is still a valid setup. Here's your new demand zone. It's respecting it. It is coming down, but we are still in a falling wedge. This is setting up for a breakout into open. It is up 40%, which is good, but we will see what it does do. So this is a good setup. So ZCAR is setting up into open. All right, so it's very, very simple. This is a falling wedge. It's a bullish chart pattern. You expect price to break to the upside. As long as it holds this demand zone, it should be good. Very. So Very is doing a break and retest. So at the moment, I don't like Very, I don't like this kind of chart because there's not much volume, but it is respecting this $3, which is a good sign. But it was, yeah. I mean, as long as it holds $3, you're fine, but yeah. Under $3 is a no-go. So yeah, you can clearly see it's not that clean of a chart, right? So if that's the case, it's very difficult to chart these kind of setups, but if we're just looking at it from this time frame, as long as it holds $3, you're fine. If it goes below, then I would cut it. That's kind of how I would trade it. That XTAI, what was the stock called? I think it was XT. Is it XTIA? That's it. It was XTIA, not XTAI. I thought so. So this one is still in the demand zone. It's not really a clear demand zone for me, to be honest. I like a cleaner candle setup, but this is your support level. As long as it holds 208, you're fine. That's what I have on XTIA. Catix, Verb, verbs on this trend line. Hoth. So Hoth's coming down. This is always seems to be a pump and dump. So we'll just turn this off. STI. I'm just going to keep STI and watch. I'm waiting for 285. LICY, this is definitely another watch. 143 is all I'm looking for. 143 break, then it should be good. ZCAR is doing exactly what I expected it to do. So this is looking good. Guys, I'm going to post the new YouTube video right now as we speak. It is the second episode. It is the second episode to our series that Hassi has done. I need to add it to the watch list, to a new playlist. So, right. Okay, so I'm going to upload this right now. It is live. So I'm going to post this here for you guys. If you can do me a favor. If you could do me a favor and just like that video and watch it whenever you get time, I would greatly appreciate it. But here is the new video, new YouTube video up. One second, guys. Here's a link. All right. So the new video is out. All right, cool. You use full version of Weeble. Yeah. I don't know. There's no other version. This is just the desktop version. So I'm assuming, yeah. You don't have to pay for Weeble. ZCAR was a very, very simple trade setup. I wish I got in, but I didn't. So this is looking good. Very good into open. Very, very good into open. Yeah, so guys, the video is live now. Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. Right, so ZCAR is obviously moving into open. Pixie, just chilling. ENVB, this is also top watch simply because, right, we're at this resistance. It keeps rejecting this because this is an area of resistance. We look on the 4 hour, look, every time it gets here, it rejects. It needs to close above, then there's a high probability it will continue to the upside. Right, so you have to wait, unfortunately. Unless you want to gamble, then you can go ahead and try and enter. Pixie, nothing. So this Geo EV, I'm very surprised with this play. It was up 49% yesterday, as you can see here, but down 3% today. It's breaking below pretty much support of yesterday, which is here. So there's 283. Maybe this will be a wick if this candle closes above here. Hopefully it does, but at the moment it is looking bearish. It's looking like it's coming down into this demand zone here, around here. So here's your new 5-minute demand zone. So demand zone is right here. So if this closes below, there's a high probability it's going to continue to come down here. If it wicks above this, then it should push to the upside. But at the moment, it isn't looking too great. It's down 3% right now. Works. It's okay. CMAND. This one's like hanging on for dear life. I have to keep moving this support level. WIMI. So WIMI, this is a larger time frame setup. If you see this on the 4 hour, or actually 15-minute, look, this is a double bottom, right? Meaning that price is expected to continue to push the upside. However, there is down 36% yesterday. There was a huge sell-off or offering, whatever the hell happened. But just on a technical basis, it should reverse. But for me, I'm not touching it. I don't like plays that have just been dumped like that. Ceres, I don't care about. Hoth is looking like it's trying to reverse, so we can put this as like support level around here, 141. Catix, Yeah, so look, this is simple. Just draw the next trend line, right? Here's the trend line, downtrend, breaks above, continuation. That's simply how you would do it. And then verb. Here's your verb, 15 minutes. So it is trying to respect this trend line. Maybe it's a bullish pennant. Setting up. So it's trying to recover its losses from yesterday. There you go. So here's your setup for verb. So here's your verb setup. So this is a bullish pennant, meaning that you expect price to break out as long as it holds this level here. This is your demand zone down here. Last red candle before the move. Although this is a 15-minute, this is still a demand zone, 15-minute demand zone. Personally, when I'm day trading, I use a 5-minute demand zone, but this is just for the sake here that this is a 15-minute demand zone on this. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to head into the Discord. Here is the link if you want to join. I will be live trading. The link will be sent out probably like 20 minutes after open. So I will see you all there. Have a great day, guys. I will share charts on Twitter where I can. Members, I will see you in a bit. Thanks for joining, guys. I really appreciate it.